Good morning, everyone. We are on the 11th Sunday in Ordinary Time on our liturgical calendar. And the reading from the Gospel for this Sunday is from Matthew chapter 9, verse 36 onwards to chapter 10, verse 8. Now, it talks about the desire. Good morning, everyone. We are on the 11th Sunday in Ordinary Time on our liturgical calendar. And the Gospel reading for our Sunday celebration is from chapter 9 of Mathew, starting from verse 36, and then chapter 8, 10 till verse 8. In there, we see Jesus moved in his guts. It says he felt sorry, but the actual Greek translation can be read as he moved in his guts with compassion for the people, because he found them like sheep without a shepherd, lost, harassed, and dejected. So what he does, he selects 12 apostles and sends them out, saying, "The harvest is rich, but the laborers are few." Let's reflect on that. In one of the universities in America, Harvard universities, one of the ethics professor one day asked the students this simple question. I am walking with my puppy dog, my pet, my beloved pet. Then I see a stranger migrant worker, maybe a seasonal worker. And my dog and this stranger, who I don't know, fell into the drainage. Who would you save first? Or who would you save at all? That I'm walking with my pet dog, I love, is she or he is my company, and then a stranger on the road. Both fell into the drain. Who will you save first? A lot of the students in that class said they would save their puppy because they feel very close to the puppy, attached. They wouldn't save the stranger, or they would save the stranger only after saving the puppy. Now, this is a question of feeling that I feel and value. This is my value. It is a tension that is what we are having in our world right now. This is how I feel, and I won't act like how I feel, even though my value says otherwise. And where does this value come from? Does it come from up above the sky? Does it come from, can we plant it and pluck the fruits of it? For us, the value as a Christian comes from the Bible. If I see a stranger falling into the drainage along with my beautiful dear puppy, I would go for the stranger, because what informs me that I am a human being is created in the image and likeness of God. So the intrinsic value of a human person is much higher than a puppy dog. Now, we live in a world of confusion. There's a confusion between feelings and subjective desires and subjective actions and the moral objectivity and the values. This confusion is everywhere. When Jesus was talking to the disciples, he mentioned a word, I'm sending you out not into the pagan world, but I'm sending you into the lost people of Israel. Now, how does the people of Israel is lost? They are lost in two ways. They are lost within their own community, and they are feeling the lostness. They are feeling the loss outside the community. how they feel lost within the community. They live in these Judaic laws and surrounded by Pharisees and temple laws and all these rituals and actions, and they're losing their faith in their own priests and Pharisees. There's a lot of hypocrisy happening around. People are being overburdened by the rules and regulations the community, the temple place upon them. So they are really lost in their religion. They can't trust. It's all about the rituals rather than about the people. People are bombarded with laws and regulations, restrictions. You can't come to the temple. You should be out of the temple. All these laws, the religion is burdening them. Their community is burdening them. So they'll feel lost without a shepherd. The shepherds, like the priests and the Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, are actually corrupted and they are hypocrites. And they only care about themselves, and their own power. So the sheep is lost within in the community. And outside they also feel lost because the Romans are coming and taking over their territory under the reign of Pontius Pilate as the governor of the Caesar. The pagan culture is attacking everything they believe, everything they hold dear. So the community of Israel is feeling lost within their community of religion, and also feeling lost because all this pagan view of the world, the pagan way of doing things, is attacking what they know and their culture. This is why Jesus is sending these apostles not to the pagan world, not to the Gentiles, not those who do not believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but rather to the people who actually believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because now, because of their faith and community, they are together, but they feel lost because their shepherds are actually corrupting them. They feel corrupted by the culture wars around them. It is kind of the similar thing that is what we experience these days. We live in a world where our church, our priest, is not guiding us. We feel lost within our own community because of the abuse scandals, because of the pain of the victims, because the scandals caused by the priest and the authorities, because of the financial corruptions maybe around in our church circle, because of the oppression, because of the hierarchical arrogance that comes out to our own community from our own superiors. Sometimes as Catholics and Christians, we feel lost within our own community. And a lot of the time as Catholics and Christians, we want to do the right thing. We want to live according to the gospel. But we feel lost in the community. Why? There is a culture wars going on. Recently, I watched a documentary by Matt Walsh on what is a woman. Simple question. He goes around asking people, what is a woman? And nobody can answer that because there is a political correctness that has to happen. Because if I say a woman is an adult female, then there will be people attacking me because of the gender ideologies. I can't say it. Recently, I read something from UK, United Kingdom, that kids like 2-year-olds were taught there are 77 genders when there is only 2 genders created by God, which is woman and man. But these days, schools, our education system, our families are intruded with somewhat satanic teachings which goes against the principles of the Bible where the values of our lives are formed. It is a confusing world. Recently, in an interview for selecting to become the Supreme Court judge in America, Mrs. Jackson was asked a question, what is the definition of a woman? And she said she doesn't know. This is a Supreme Court judge who says a basic thing that she can't define who is a woman. The tension is that because there is so much conspiracy theories, so much subjective feeling, this is how I feel, so I'm going to do this, going around. There's so much confusion is going around. We as Catholics and Christians who try to live our life feel harassed, dejected, and a sheep without a shepherd. Unfortunately, sometimes in our Catholic community, in our Christian community, we are not giving our community the sword of the truth to fight for the truth. Maybe our own leadership is not standing up and saying to the sheep, this is the way, that's where we should walk. The community is feeling lost. So Jesus understands the pain of the people of Israel who are lost because of the lack of leadership within the church, within their community, and who are lost because of the cultural wars that is happening around them. And Jesus is sending out the disciples in order to give them hope. My dear brothers and sisters, if any of you feeling that you are let down by your own church leadership and community, if you are feeling that you are struggling with sending your children to schools where things are taught not according to our beliefs, where there is a lot of confusion about gender, sexuality, even pornography is allowed in schools. People, they don't talk about pornography as a sin, but healthy pornography. They talk about genders, drag queens who dressed very minimal clothes come into classrooms and teach kids about genders, attacking fundamental core principles of biblical teaching. Yes, we are a community who can get lost in the church and also get lost and outside the church. And we get dejected. What is the actual meaning of the word dejection? That we lost every spirit and we become lazy, unable to do anything because we are harassed by the corruption within the church and the corruption of culture, corruption of values and culture wars we have to get bombarded with because of social media and all these big businesses pushing the agenda of leftist woke people. My dear brothers and sisters, when Jesus looks at us who feel that harassment, who feel dejected, his gut is moved because we are a people consecrated to bring the truth to the world. That is what Exodus chapter, that's the first reading for this Sunday from Exodus, and from chapter 19 it says, you are a nation of priests and consecrated nation. We have the responsibility to become the heralds of good news and a light among all the darkness and clarity among all the confusion and truth bearers in a world full of lies. So Christ's guts is moved with compassion for our struggles. If he cannot hold on to anyone or anything, please hold on to him, and he is there for us. God bless you. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you.